we've just kind of added to each year. You know, and a lot of times people looking in now are like, oh, y'all just got everything. Well, yeah, it took us 18 years to get here. So don't compare your day one to somebody else's year 15 or 20. You know, do what you can, a little bit every year. Do something to make it a little nicer, and you'll get there. We're not even, I mean, there's still things I want to do. I was telling Erica as we were driving out, you know, next year or this summer I want to extend our barn out, our roof line out, so that all that's covered and we don't have to stand in the mud next year to load.
I look like E.T. All right, guys, it is weigh-in day for our commercial steers for the county fair, and the boys are out here setting up some pins to get all the steers pinned. So let's go take a look, and welcome to today's video. By the way, it's about to rain. I should have wore a rain jacket on top of this. Hopefully this camera is waterproof. All right, so here we go. Let me turn you around and see what they're doing. So as you know, we've got 4 of them in the pen over here that we've been feeding over here. And then we've got 5 of them outside in this big pen. So we've got to get those pinned up here. So they're just setting up a little wing right here to guide them into the pen.
All right, guys, I don't know how far Erica got on her introduction, but today is the final weigh-in for commercial steers. So as you know, if you've been following along, this is Clancy's main 4-H project, and this replicates feeding cattle in a feed yard environment. So these cattle aren't halter broke, they're not, they don't get washed, they don't get their hair worked, they don't get any of that stuff done. They just get put in a feedlot pen and fed as much as they can eat to get them as big as we can. The competition is about whose cattle can gain the most weight the most efficiently and make the most money. And then the kids have to also do a record book that shows what their calf did. They also have to do an interview that talks where they have to actually know about the industry as well, not just, hey, you did a good job feeding, but you don't know nothing about your project. So with that said, since today is the last day, final weigh-in, we have to go and we're going to go and get a weight on there. Sorry, I was trying to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the fertilizer plant up here, and we're going to weigh this corn trailer, and the amount of corn that's left in it, what this weight is today, we'll subtract from its loaded weight the last time we did it. We filled it up, and that'll give us a pretty good idea of how much corn is left. And it won't be exact, but we're not going to run it all out of here and then go weigh it and then put it back in. I mean, that's just, if we get within, 100 pounds on 9 head over the course of 150 days, that's not going to make a hill of beans difference in anything. And this is kind of the accepted way. This is the way everybody's going to do it today to know what their corn is, unless they weigh it every single day, which we don't do that. We just feed them and we know what we got at the end because we keep up with how much corn we fed throughout the course of the feeding period. So let's go check on Clance, see if he's got the trailer hooked up. He's got the trailer pinned. And now he's putting the jack leg up. I'm going to go back here. We've got this little turnbuckle hooter-dooter here. And what we do with it is, if it's shut good, it should go. Oh, you have to turn it a little. There we go. It should just slide on there if you get it from the side. There you go. So what that does, guys, is we just tighten that down on this one, and it keeps that's good, that door from bouncing open while we're traveling. So, broke some corn, huh? A little bit of corn sticking out. You can see here, these are the steers that he's been hand feeding. And what I mean by that is these steers, he feeds them morning and night every single day. The steers that he has out yonder, there's 5 of them out there in the pasture outside. They are on this creep feeder over here, this bulk feeder, and all he does on it is
take a scoop of beef tray to him at night.
Every night you do what?
Take a scoop of beef tray to him.
He puts a scoop of beef trait. So what beef trait is the additive that we use that allows them to process whole corn that doesn't have to be cracked or anything without getting acidosis or founder. We've been feeding this ration for close to 10 years. This is the first year we've got one calf that's on the verge of foundering. He's a little tender-footed, but he's not full-blown foundered. But he only has about 30 to 60 more days, about 30 more days on feed. And he's been kind of tender-footed since about 3 or 4 weeks in. So, you know, that's not a bad. We've never had anything bloat on it. We've never had anything completely founder. We've never had anything die. So we like our feed ration, guys. I know there's going to be a lot of you can't feed whole corn. They're not going to process it, but they do. And I'm going to show
beef tray.
Yeah, we're going to show you the results, maybe in this video, maybe the next, of what these cattle did, their gain, their cost of gain, all that kind of stuff. So let's go weigh this. We got to get back and get the other one weighed before it starts to rain. And we still got to load the steers. I know Erica got y'all some footage of us setting up the panels so we could pin these, but let's go get us a weight. All right, guys, so this is what we call the fertilizer plant. It's just the store where the fertilizer dealership is, where they sell fertilizer and stuff. So we've already weighed the trailer from the house, the one that he hand feeds off of. So now we're gonna pull on here with the other feeder back there, the creep feeder. And when we weighed these things the first time when they were full, all right, bud, go ahead. I was in the pickup with them, so I'm going to stay in so we can get as close as we can. And I'm going to show you here what we're doing. So here's the weight ticket from the last time we filled them up in December the 29th. The full weight was 15,380. The empty weight was 11,555. So we had 3,825 pounds of corn on there. Yes.
125.60.
That is not how you say that. 12,560.
125.60.
Okay, so hang on, guys. Let me show you. 12,560 pounds. So he says 125.60. No, 12,560. So
125.60.
That's our loaded weight right now. So what we'll do is we'll subtract this loaded weight from this loaded weight, and that'll tell us how many pounds of corn. So roughly they've ate about 3,000 pounds of corn, not quite. So you know, we've got about 1,000 pounds of corn left on here. So yeah. So now we'll take that number, how many pounds they consumed this time, and add up all the other trailerfuls of corn they've ate and kind of see where they're at. That'll not see where they're at. That'll give us if you put. Is there a rock or something there to put in front of it?
No.
That's good. So we'll add up all the corn they've ate. We know exactly how much beef trait they've ate because we feed them a set amount of that every day. These cattle that have been outside on the creep feeder don't get any hay, so they just eat the little bit of grass they get. So there's no hay to figure in there on them. The ones that are eating in the barn that he hand feeds, we know exactly how much hay they get fed every day.
You get 2 blocks every day.
So we'll add that in, and we'll know how many pounds of feed each set of cattle have consumed, and then you just average it across them. So say the cattle under the barn, say there's 4 head under there, say they ate 20,000 pounds of corn, beef trait, and hay combined. At the end of the feeding period, then we'll just say, okay, you know, those 4 head, 20,000 pounds, each of them are going to get charged 5,000 pounds of feed. And then we'll know, you know, yes, one of them may have 8.6 and one of them may have 8.4, but when you're feeding in a group like that, you just average it across them. So that's the way you do it. So we're going to get those figures figured up and do all that. And when we get to that later on tonight, we'll show you all that. So, all right, we'll cut her off now. Mom will edit this out. Right.
Right.
Dangerous acts for driving and filming at the same time. How did that even get in there? I guess we'll find out if these are insulated.
See if you can pick that wire up. Oh, come on, please.
It's hot.
I was waiting for it so bad.
You just want me to get shocked.
I just want you to get shocked.
We got to figure out how to get them sheep back over there where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Well, guys, we've had a pretty, I wouldn't say drastic change of weather events, but it got a lot colder, and you can hear and probably see that it started to rain. We got the steers pinned. Didn't really have any trouble. We set up that wing over there between the big steer pen and that little shed thingy there. We've got these steers pinned, and then the steers he's going to more than likely show. He's only going to show one of these, but we fed 9. It's going to be one of these 4 right here. So you may ask, well, if you're only going to show 1, why did you feed 9? Well, we've learned in past years that you got to at least need to feed like 2 or 3 because they create competition. If somebody else gets up and goes to eat, the other one will go too. So it makes them eat better. But also, we've got customers for most of these cattle. So every year our clientele is growing a little bit, so we can sell a few more. So we put another steer or 2 on feed each year, trying to meet the demands of our customers. So our first thoughts, Lance's over getting warm. He's been out in the rain longer than I have. So we had the sheep get out on us just a minute ago. So we had to pin them, and he was on the buggy and I was in the pickup. So he's a little wetter than I am. He's trying to warm up in front of the little heater deal there. But what was I going to say? Oh, our first inclinations from the amount of corn that's been consumed. The cattle that are being hand fed are eating more than the cattle that aren't. So I really think the calf that he'll show will come out of one of these 4 right here, and then these others will just be, you know, going to customers. They're still doing really good as far as their feed consumption and their average daily gain and all that will be concerned, but just not as competitive as his other cattle are. So Clint's got the old burner going over there, the old shop heater going by his leg there, warming himself up. Nala's out here, the cats are out here. We did something yesterday. Hope y'all aren't getting dizzy spinning around. This thing just moves too easy. This first pen right here is where Clarence has kept his Angoras all summer and fall here. But when it rains, it's the wettest pen. I don't know what it is about the way this barn's designed, but it pulls water around right here a little bit from this door. it kind of just sucks no matter which direction the wind's coming from. So it'll get nasty, and then his goats will get here, their hair will get dirty and nasty. So we made a decision last night. We knew this rain was coming. We moved them over a pen, and we also shut their pen off so that they couldn't get outside. So hopefully it'll help us keep them a little bit cleaner. He's been working them the last couple of days, and then we moved the little goats over to here. And apparently the chickens all got caught in the rain and decided they just stay at the barn instead of going to the, where's it at? The chicken church over there. Can you see the roof right? Right there, the chicken church right there. So, we're about 30 minutes ahead of schedule right now, so we're just gonna chill out in front of this heater right here for a little bit, and then we're gonna load them steers and head on to the sale barn and weigh them. So we'll pick you back up there. That's got them loaded, guys, and girls and children of all ages. Lots of steam coming off them boys. Lots of beef on that trailer. Well, we're gonna head to the sale barn. Let's get them weighed, huh, Bub? And see how they did.
I didn't push record.
You want me to go get the stuff ready and you bring them, or you want to go get the stuff ready and I bring them?
I forgot to push record while we were unloading.
When do you want me to come?
Hang on, wait for me. I got little legs. All right, I'm going with you.
Stand right there in that corner.
I ain't standing in this corner. I'm going with you. Boy, my boy. They are dirty. Somebody turn around. Come on, boys. Somebody turn around. They're going. They're going. You don't have to hit them. Weirdo.
Chilly out here, ain't it?
Yeah, a little bit. We gotta run.
No, Dad's up there.
We're way behind now. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I didn't have my phone.
Usually we try to be the first people here, and we're
We never are.
never
First time for everything.
three numbers. Is that all right?
That's perfect, Cody.
Lots of beef standing in this pen right here. What's his last three numbers, Bub? 630.
630,
Okay,
okay?
you're not on the scales.
Wait, 1430.
1430. Okay, let him out. Yeah, did you write that down?
No, but I'll find me a piece of paper and I'll write.
Hey, don't be smart. There you go.
We're on. Now let's see.
All right.
There we go. 1430, okay.
$632.
Okay. $1265.
Okay. Yep. 1255. $631.
$11.95.
$11.95.
Yeah.
Okay. Let him off, bub. There's a big difference.
Are those outside steers?
Those last ones were, yeah.
What were they?
The steers in the outside pen that
We
weren't
had them on a
creep
creek
feeder.
feeder full of corn and just put beef trade in the pan every night
Yeah.
just to see how they would do, you know.
Well, I'm glad you did that. I've been wanting to see how some might do like that.
Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Come on, big guy. One of you. Come on, boys. $634.
Ship $14.90.
$14.90. We did when we weighed our corn back this afternoon, Than,
Yeah.
the ones on the outside are eating 10 pounds a day less than the ones that are getting hand fed of feed.
Eating 10 pounds less
Per
with
head.
full feed.
On a full creek feeder, all they can eat.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that either.
But I still want to see what their average daily gain and stuff is.
Yeah. I want to see what it costs to feed them like that because I've been thinking about mixing a straight load of corn just and mixing your beef tray in it.
That's what Neil Walters does. He just figures out about how much he thinks they'll eat in that for his creek feeder,
Yeah.
mixes the beef tray right in it, and puts it in there. $627. Right?
Yep, 27.
$13.65.
What was it?
$13.65.
Oh, he was heavier than that. All right, bub. $13.65. Four. $628. Oh! Hang on, I got two on there.
Okay.
What's his number?
29.
$629. Back up.
He's a little bigger. $13.90.
$13.90. thought that 630 did.
What's that?
Clarence was asking me which one I thought looked the best in the lots.
The two heaviest is 630 and 634 so far.
This one Founder, he was one on the outside. That 26, 626.
$1,300
$1,300. Let him out.
or $1,295. Keeps bouncing. Stuck $1,295 there.
Okay.
$633.
$1,170.
Okay, 1170. Last one, Bo.
Should be 628.
Yeah, 628.
$1,215.
1215. All right, let him out. That's a wrap.
Dude, you're like a ninja. You're gonna hit me with that. Go faster. You're about to get bait.
When we gonna get fined?
Stop. Dad's trying to work here. All right, so what's Dad doing right now?
Sorting off the steers.
Trying to sort them off here, put the
The ones that go
outside ones in the front.
front.
So when we get home, we can unload them first.
Can't remove the front ones.
I mean the back first. You know what I mean.
No.
You know, opposite, whatever.
Nobody knew what you meant.
Hey. Okay, so I was going to record this because we were talking about it rains every year. Like
When it's time.
When it's time
like
for
either the, I've already kind of discussed this a
okay.
little bit, but like, it seems like almost every year, either the day we have to get commercial steers up and take them to do the final weigh-in, or a day or two before, it comes a rain, just like it is today. And I don't know, we're going to try to crack the window and show you.
But what year do you think it was that we moved to the house? That we moved the steer pen to the house?
I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years. It's been more than 3 or 4 years, I think.
I don't think Clancy ever showed.
I don't
fed up
Clancy
here.
ever had to feed up here. But Kylie used to have to
Kylie used to have to
here.
come up here before school and feed up here at the lots where you see us work cattle, which is half a mile from our house. So, not fun, not covered.
But keep in mind then, she had a little pickup she drove up here, and she could drive up here and feed.
And she'd ride the bus, so she would just do that before the bus. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if it was muddy, nasty.
Like this, you still had to do it. It was not very conducive. But we didn't have the barn. We didn't have a pen and everything up there for the commercial steers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did you talk about having to get them out with the tractor and all that stuff?
well, yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay.
like I've burned up a couple of different clutches trying to get pickups in and out to load steers when it's wet like this. We've had to use a tractor multiple times, and then I would say the last 4 or 5 years, I know 4 or 5, we've been up here at the barn. And every year we've done something to improve it to where it's a little better. I mean, this year it worked really good because Clance and I got the cattle penned easy. We just loaded them up. I mean, we've got a good spot there to load and unload now. Even when it rains a bunch, it's no problem, other than just getting your feet muddy, which that ain't too bad.
So, we were just thinking how thankful we are. We're not back then when we used to,
But also how
and how far we've come.
exactly, like Erica was looking through some pictures on our time hop or time, I don't know, yesterday.
Oh, I'll have to insert that picture right here of our barn Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it still had a caliche. When we built this barn, we just built a caliche pad, which is a dirt rock pad, and
we didn't have stalls in it.
We didn't have stalls in it. There's a picture in there of Erica holding Clance, and we didn't have any stalls in it yet.
We had like a.
It had a dirt floor, just had a piece of panel tied up in it to keep the horses from getting out. And now, you know, people see it with a concrete driveway through it and stalls built in it, and you know, the steer pen. But that wasn't all built at one time. That stuff we've done every year. We've added a little bit more, and you know, like I remember we were going to church camp when they poured that concrete drive-through in there for us.
I do not remember that.
And then we had horses all the time, so I'm like, when y'all are doing that, pour us a wash rack out here, because we were constantly getting ready to go to rodeos and horses were nasty, and we were standing on the dirt
in the mud
trying to wash them off, and it's like, just pour me a slab right here. Well, then, you know, when we did that, I'm like, well, this will be a good spot where I can load out. I'm going to make a gate here too, so when we get ready to load steers and stuff, you know, we can build us a pen over here. So we've just kind of added to each year, you know. And a lot of times people looking in now are like, oh, y'all just got everything. Well, yeah, it took us 18 years to get here. So don't compare your day one to somebody else's year 15 or 20. You know, do what you can, a little bit every year. Do something to make it a little nicer, and you'll find that you'll get there. We're not even, I mean, there's still things I want to do. I was telling Erica as we were driving out, you know, next year or this summer, I want to extend our barn out, our roof line out, so that all that's covered and we don't have to stand in the mud next year to load them. So just little stuff like that, guys. All right, do you want out here, or are you gonna help us unload and stuff?
I guess I'm coming along.
I guess you're coming along because we're here now. So the next one, shoot them out. Just open that gate. Open that gate. Let these three go under the barn, and then we'll sort out the rest of them right here and do what we need to do. So.
Back home. Good cut. He's coming. Watch out. There you go. I'm a good hauler.
Whoa. Pull this one the other way and watch the hole. I'll let the motors go out behind you.
Lance is stuck. His boot's stuck. Pull it out. Pull your leg out. You better pull your leg out. Video him.
Hey guys. So we got back from commercial steer weigh-in, and what we're going to do now, or we've already started doing, is we're working through trying to figure out. Can you move over just a little bit so they can see your beautiful face?
To see my beautiful face.
We're working through the numbers together to see which calf we're going to show. And I want to show you here kind of what we do to figure that out. So I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you. So we make a spreadsheet like this. Oh, it's on Zoom. Let's get off the Zoom here. And so 2023 commercial cattle, we've got our tag number, our start weight, our finished weight. The finished weight here that we have right here, I'm going to show you guys. We have two numbers here. This is what they weighed across the scales tonight. This is after you shrink them. We use a 3% shrink, so it's 41 pounds. That means their actual finished weight after shrink is this 1324 from 1365. And then we go down and we just figure out, you know, what their gain was, their average daily gain. This feed right here, pounds of feed, that's how many pounds of feed they consumed during the 140-day feeding period. So these calves that were in the barn, the hand-fed ones, we figured up how much feed they ate, and then we averaged it across the 4 heads. So 3,620 pounds of feed. Then we go over here to feed conversion, which feed conversion is the amount of feed fed divided by your total gain. So this calf converted, what this tells us is it took 5.94 pounds of feed to make 1 pound of gain. Trying to not. Vet, that's the medicine he put into them, just the implants, the ear tags, the vaccinations. This is what our feed cost was. Total cost to feed the calf, that's your feed and your vet added together. If you had yardage or interest, you would add that in here also. So this cost right here, initial cost, is your starting price, which was $2.35 a pound for a 715 pound. I'm gonna hold this up like this for you guys. For a 715 pound calf, was that number there, 1680.25. Your total cost, that's your calf plus your feed and your vet. Cost of gain is how much it costs you to put a pound of gain on your calf, which cost of gain right here is your feed and vet divided by your gain. And then break even is your total cost, your feed, your vet, and your calf divided by your finished weight. Tells you your break even, which is where you didn't, the price per pound you have to get to not make or lose any money. End market value is your total finished weight after shrink times that $1.72 is what they would sell for today if we sold them. Gives you your profit and your loss, and then we rank them. So his best performing calf in this pen gained 675 pounds over a 140-day feeding period. His average daily gain was 4.82. Based off of all of our numbers, that calf would have made $302.45, so he ranked best. So I don't know how much of that Eric is going to actually use right there, but that's kind of what we do here. So we are doing that for the cattle that were under the barn, and then we're also doing a spreadsheet on the cattle that are outside. That's what he's working on now. I'll work it along with him just to be sure that he's doing his math right, and we're that way he's learning how to do it. I mean, I could just, you know, anybody could just do it for him, but then he's not learning, and this is his project, not mine, but I am going to be here to help him. So we're going to continue to work through this, and then what we figured out so far is that the cattle outside on the bulk feeder are not performing as well as the cattle under the barn did. And I think that's just every time we went out there morning and night to feed the steers under the barn, they got up and came to the feeder and ate. Whereas the cattle that are outside, they would only come up and eat after we went out there and dumped our beef trait in there. So
Also, those calves were like to stay in the back corner.
Yeah, they were traveling a lot more, which there's only about an acre back there where we've got them, but that's the smallest little trap we've got. But like Clint said, they stayed at the back most of the day and only came up at 8 in the evenings. So, whereas the ones under the barn, I think they would just get bored during the day, stand up and go eat. You know, like us, if we ain't got nothing to do, let's just get us a snack. And so, you know, it looks if we average that across. You know, like our cattle under the barn, they range from 4.35 to 4.8. So you could say about 4.5 pounds, 4.6 maybe, average daily gain on them. That's really pretty good. That's on those 4 head, with the best being 4.8. Last year, Clancy's best steer did 5.1, so 0.3 of a pound more. Doesn't sound like much, but it's a pretty big difference. So. But yeah, so far we're pretty pleased with it. So we're going to cut the video off for now. We're going to close it out. Maybe the next video will be showing what's going on at the fair and everything. So, guys, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you hadn't done that before. If you feel like it, we'd appreciate it. And keep checking us out for more content. This is kind of our daily lives. And we appreciate it. Drop us a comment down below. We'll try to get to them. We don't get to all of them, but we try to get to some of them. Are you trying to hide your answers from me or something?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a contest to see. We each work through it individually, and then we compare answers to make sure. So I have been off a couple of little times, just inverted some numbers.
Off once, so.
Every time there's a problem, I'll say, well, let's figure it out, and he's been right each time. So, guys, we appreciate it. We love you. God bless you. Y'all keep ranching. We'll see you next time.